It is an honor and privilege to speak to you regarding that amazing woman we call HPB. Your work in the Ukraine to preserve the memory of this great soul and to share theosophy as she taught it inspires individuals all across the globe. You hold high the torch of truth in very stressful circumstances, and that is equally inspiring for those of us who are currently in more fortunate circumstances. Half a century or more ago, an American magazine published a cartoon that has become famous. It shows two scientists examining complex equations written on a blackboard. In the middle of the equations are the words, "Then a miracle occurs." Though this is a joke, it is not far from the truth when it comes to present-day scientific discussions of the appearance of life on Earth and even the emergence of the universe itself. The concept of spontaneous generation of life from non-living matter was held by various thinkers from ancient Greece through the 18th century. For example, fleas could spontaneously arise from accumulations of dust, frogs from mud, and so on. These ideas were, of course, crude and false, but the question of the origin of life remains a mystery to science even today. The most popular theory holds that early in the Earth's history, a mix of chemicals, especially amino acids, in the primordial sea, the sun's warmth, and perhaps a flash of lightning came together, and then a miracle happened. Inanimate matter became living slime. This is spontaneous generation dressed up in very sophisticated clothing. HPB did not accept miracles. Theosophy, she said, teaches that all existence is motion, and in this she encompasses all forms of energy, including waves and vibrations. That is a, quote, force which is designated by occultist life and by science energy, unquote, organizes itself creatively. The miracle of life is the emergence of what we recognize as life when conditions, material conditions, are suitable for it. The same can be said of the emergence of the universe. This energy is universal. The so-called vacuum of space is not empty. It has a ground level of energy, and that ground gives rise to excited energy states appearing spontaneously, unpredictably random in quantum theory, as pairs of particles which instantly annihilate each other. These excitations of energy are called virtual particles because they are inconceivably short-lived. Unless they occur at the edge of the event horizon of a black hole, so that one of the particle pair falls into the black hole and the other escapes to become a real particle. Despite the claims of some news reports and popular science writers, the alleged Big Bang is not understood. There are numerous theories of it, including theories that it never happened. Put simply, present-day science cannot claim to know the origin of the universe. We know it happened, but neither how nor why, despite rather dogmatic claims otherwise. Recently, the idea of some universal field, a wave, or a kind of ether, pervading the universe is being entertained by cosmologists. Philosophers have returned to the idea of some form of panpsychism embracing all existence. This means, of course, that there is no dead matter, as HPB taught. The idea of emergence has taken hold in the sciences. This is the idea that when matter is organized in certain ways, something new emerges which is subject to previously unknown laws that could not have been predicted before the emergence. This holds for the origin of life in biology and the origin of the universe in cosmological physics. The concept of emergence means rather different things to different scientists, but this idea looks remarkably like HPB's use of the concept of manifestation. And the problem remains for science of why emergence occurs at all. H.P.B. offered a solution, so far ignored. Classical science insists on a material causality, exemplified by billiard balls striking one another on a billiard table. This causality breaks down at the quantum level and has to be replaced by statistical probabilities. H.P.B. points out that ancient religions, philosophies, and sciences accepted this causality, but also taught a vertical causality, that is, a causal action from higher, less material planes of existence. When conditions are suitable, the causality appears as a creative action that results in something new. For cosmologists, it is a universe. For biologists, it is recognizable life. Though current and often untestable, theories touch on this idea in their concepts of brains clashing or quantum tunneling to produce our universe, or flashes of lightning to give rise to life. The idea of vertical causality is studiously ignored. But in today's cosmological theories, their mathematics requires additional spatial dimensions, planes, or in one case, an additional time dimension. This looks suspiciously like appealing to planes of existence quite beyond our ordinary world of space and time. Nevertheless, the price of refusing to consider higher planes that include consciousness is that science cannot answer the most basic foundational questions. And if vertical causality is accepted, science would have to revise its methods of inquiry and experimentation. Just as H.P.B. envisioned the far future of incarnated human consciousness, she pointed to the future of religion, philosophy, and science, which were one in origin and must again become one for full understanding of the universe and of ourselves as part of it. Preserving her memory and her teachings are essential to humanity's future. Thank you for being a dynamic part of that preservation.